Pulls and twists the head of Nixon. Brody is upset about what has been happening in St. Louis. He points out he's beaten Jack Briscoe, he's beaten Pat O'Connor, he's beaten Ox Baker, he's beaten Ted DiBiase, and still he can't seem to get another match with the world heavyweight champion Harley Race. That is why Brody demanded the showdown with Andre. He says, I will prove myself against the biggest, the strongest of them all. That's why Brody wanted, and that's why Brody has Andre the Giant. One-on-one, head-to-head. Brody puts Nixon in the corner. Chuck Riley trying to get Brody back. Brody pounds on the head of Nixon with that forearm, driving the forearm across the skull of Nixon. Brody pounding on Nixon. Brody yanks Nixon out of that corner and whips him across the ring, manhandling a 250-pounder. Brody with a forearm to the rib cage. Brody pulls Nixon's head forward into a front face lock. Is it a strangle? It's hard to tell, just to get around the big burly arms of Brody to find out if the throat is clear. Brody just turns Nixon around easily. And then Brody clubs Nixon again. Brody, the question is, how will Andre the Giant stand up against it? Brody with a kick to the stomach levels Nixon. It's all King Kong Brody right now. The forearm smash across the top of the head again. Nixon throws a smash against Brody. Brody just stands there. Nixon hits Brody again, and Brody just takes those forearm smashes. Look at Brody. Nixon not quite too sure what to make of it.
Bruiser days again, goes to the ropes. But going to the ropes, John, is to no avail now because you're tied up with that chain and no disqualification.
And nobody can get out of the ring because they're just about 10 feet apart.
Look at Bruiser. He's choked by Valiant. His eyes popping out. Dick the Bruiser is in trouble in this match, fans. Valiant plugging away. Bruiser needs to get up. There he goes. He's plugging away now with that fist to the Valiant's midsection. That's Valiant's weak. Now he tries to go to the inside. Dick the Bruiser. He's just ripping away. Valiant's in trouble. He's begging for mercy. Bruiser saying, come on, baby, I'm going to lay it into you now. Oh, Bruiser better watch out. Valiant trying to punch his way out of it. Oh, there you go. Valiant's in trouble. A sea of red covers his face. A mask of red. That's right. Dick the Bruiser's opened him up. He's used the chain to his best advantage. Dick the Bruiser opening it up. He's really going to town now. Dick the Bruiser going away. He's really, oh, he takes Valiant down. Powerful punches. Oh, Jerry Valiant. He's definitely in pain. He's out of it, fans. This match, could it be stopped now, John? Should it be?
Well, if he keeps losing that blood, Bill Beach could stop it, but Dick doesn't want it that way.
Look at that savage tendency of Dick the Bruiser. Oh, my! Dick the Bruiser, he's a savage beast. He's really going to town now. This is the Dick the Bruiser everybody knows. Rip him, tear him, beat him, do whatever you have to. Just go to town. There's only about 30.
Knee drop to the tailbone of Tommy Sharp by Nature Boy Ric Flair. Can you imagine what Ric Flair would be like if he had that gold belt strapped around his waist? Can you imagine the conceit he would have then? Think of Buddy Rogers in his prime. Well, I'm sure that Ric Flair would surpass even that. Flair to the hard belt right underneath the eye, caught him along the cheekbone. See a little mouse there from where Tommy Sharp caught him with that punch. Oh, and Sharp walks right into it. But then he gouges the eyes, and hey, Tommy Sharp is hanging tough against Nature Boy Ric Flair. Sharp pounding on the Nature Boy. Ric Flair trapped in the corner by Tommy Sharp. Then a knee lift to the midsection. Flair pins Sharp to the ropes. Sharp fights back. Sharp and Flair toe-to-toe. Flair bit the groggier of the two. Side headlock. Off the ropes comes Sharp. A flying tackle and floors Flair. Flair ducks. Oh, look out. Flair was waiting with that elbow and banged it home to the chin. Look at Flair strut now. He can take more, says Nature Boy Flair. He hits that rope. A second. Flying out.
A lot of people look at Brody and say, well, he's just a big, strong brute, but if you watch him close enough, he does a lot of wrestling. You don't see it very often because a lot of times he takes the place of the wrestling with just brute strength. Brody, a lot of people, by his attitude in the ring and everything, may not think that he's a very disciplined athlete, but you look at that body and how big and strong he is. He got that way by being very disciplined, very hard. It's the only way you could get to be that size. Now, the one thing I'd have to say that Harley Race has in his advantage is ring-wise.
Forces Alls to the corner, pounds away with that forearm smash. Grabs All's arm, pulls him out of that corner. All's reversed the whip, and Brody is jammed. Oh, look at that. Well, Ted, right there. Brody and Race both share. They'll do anything to win.
That's right. When it gets right down to it, Larry, either man is going to be one barn burner.
I think it really would be better referred to as a war than a match. It will be a war.
Absolutely, because you know Harley Race, I know from personal experience that this man...
One other injury you did suffer in your career was at the hands of Dick Murdoch, and I know you're looking forward to the chance to get a little revenge as Brody spins Benet.
That's certainly...